ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। नमः श्री शंकरानंद गुरुपादाम्बुजन्मने सविलासमहामोह ग्राहग्रासैककर्मणे chant from 21. रजोंशैः पञ्चभिस्तेषाम् क्रमात् कर्मेन्द्रियाणि तु वाक्पाणिपादपायूप स्थाभिधानानि जज्ञिरे तैः सर्वैः सहितैः प्राणो वृत्तिभेदात् स पञ्चधा प्राणोपानः समानश्चो दानव्यानौ च ते पुनः बुद्धिकर्मेन्द्रियप्राण पञ्चकैर्मनसाधिया शरीरं सप्तदशभिः सूक्ष्मं तल्लिङ्गमुच्यते प्राज्ञस्तत्राभिमानेन तैजसत्वं प्रपद्यते हिरण्यगर्भतामीशः तयोर्व्यष्टिसमष्टिता समष्टिरीशः सर्वेषाम् स्वात्मतादात्म्यवेदनात् तदभावात् ततोऽन्येतु कथ्यन्ते व्यष्टिसंज्ञया तद्भोगाय पुनर्भोग्य भोगायतनजन्मने पञ्चीकरोति भगवान् प्रत्येकं वियदादिकम् विधा विधाय चैकैकम् चतुर्था प्रथमं पुनः स्वस्वेतरद्वितीयांशैः योजनात् पञ्चपञ्चते तैरण्डस्तत्र भुवनम् भोग्यभोगाश्रयोद्भवः हिरण्यगर्भस्थूलेऽस्मिन् देहे वैश्वानरो भवेत् तैजसा विश्वता याता परादर्शिनः प्रत्यक् तत्त्वबोधविवर्जिताः कुर्वते कर्मभोगाय कर्म कर्तुं च भुञ्जते नद्यां कीटा इवावर्तात् आवर्तान्तरमाशुते व्रजन्तो जन्मनो जन्म लभन्ते नैव निर्वृतिम् सत्कर्म परिपाकात्ते करुणानिधिनोद्धताः प्राप्यतीरतरुच्छायाम् विश्राम्यन्ति यथा सुखम् उपदेशमवाप्यैवम् आचार्यात् तत्त्वदर्शिनः पञ्चकोशविवेकेन लभन्ते निर्वृतिं पराम् The Acharya gives the Upadesh. Vedanta Vakya Upadesh. Vedanta Vakya Upadesha does not mean just saying Tattvamasi into the ear. It is not like Mantropadesh. It has to be taught. The vision has to be unfolded through proper methodology. The Mahavakya has to be unfolded. The Mahavakya is an equation. Tat tvam asi. Tat is equal to tvam. The equation has a left hand side and a right hand side. At one side there is tat, left hand side. Right hand side tvam. Tat is equal to tvam. When does an equation become relevant? If left hand side and right hand side are absolutely same, and the sameness is evident, clear, explicit, then the equation is of no use. For example, 1 is equal to 1. You don't have to write 1 is equal to 1. 2 is equal to 2. Nobody teaches so. 1 is equal to 1, 2 is equal to 2, 3 is equal to 3. Such equations are redundant. No use. So, if left hand side and right hand side are explicitly say, then equation is of no use. And if left hand side and right hand side are different, for example 5, left hand side is 5, right hand side is 7, then the equation is not possible. If left hand side and right hand side are different in value, then the equation is not possible. Then when is an equation relevant? An equation is relevant when left hand side and right hand side are apparently different, but actually same. For example, 5 minus 1 is equal to 2 plus 2. Let us say 2 plus 2. 5 minus 1 is equal to 2 plus 2. Look into both sides. The figures that are there in the left hand side are not there in the right hand side. What is there in left hand side? 5 and 1. What is there in right hand side? 2 and 2. If you show this equation to a child, he is wondering, how can both be same? One has 5 and 1, another has 2 and 2. One has a plus sign, another has a minus sign. So they look different. So there is an apparent difference between left hand side and right hand side. When there is an apparent difference, but a real sameness, then the equation is relevant. So you show this equation to a child. The child wonders, how is it possible? Both are different. Not possible. Equation is not possible, the child says. Then you make the child understand. See, how many left hand side? 5. Minus 1. Now how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is left hand side. Then show right hand side. How many? 2. Plus 2. How many? 4. So 4 is equal to 4. Then the child understands. Oh, the child wonders after understanding. 5 minus 1 is 2 plus 2. Initially, the child was thinking it is not possible. But when you make it understand, it realizes that both are one and the same. In the same manner, the Mahavakya Tattvam Asi. In fact, Tattvamasi alone is not the Mahavakya. There are many Mahavakyas. Generally, we take Tattvamasi for analysis. So Tat and Tvam. What is Tat? Tat is Ishvara. The Jagat Karana is Tat. Tvam, who is Tvam? The Jiva, the individual. You are that. Prima facie, the equation doesn't make sense. Because how can I be Ishvara? Because I am limited. Ishvara is not limited. I have limited knowledge. Alpajna. Ishvara is Sarvajna. I have limited power. Alpashaktiman. Ishvara is Sarvashaktiman. How can I be Ishvara? This question persists. Then, in order to understand the Mahavakya, we have to inquire into our true nature. When the Vedanta says you, what is that you? It is the nature of the individual, the essence of the individual. You arrive at the essence of the individual after distinguishing the upadhis. There are so many upadhis. One way of explaining the upadhis, three shariras, Sthula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira and Karana Sharira. It is one way of explaining the upadhis. Another way of explaining the upadhis, Panchakosha, 5 koshas. Annamaya kosha, Pranamaya kosha, Manomaya kosha, Vijnanamaya kosha and Anandamaya kosha. There are 5 koshas. The word kosha, kosha means a cover, a sheath. A cover is called kosha in general terms. These 5 are called kosha. Why they are called kosha? There are 2 reasons. Number 1, koshavat upalabdhisthanatvat kosha. It is called kosha because that is where the Atma is available. If you have to find the Atma, you have to look into this kosha. Just like if you have to find money, you look into your purse, pocket. Your pocket is also a kosha. That is where you keep something in such a way that others don't see. Shankaracharya gives the example of a sword. The kosha of a sword, the cover of a sword, it is called kosha because that is where you find the sword. In the same manner, the Atma manifests through these five koshas. The consciousness manifests through these five koshas. It is one reason for calling these five as kosha. And then there is another reason. Koshavat achadakatvat kosha. It is called kosha because it covers the Atma. It veils the Atma, hides the Atma. Even because of this reason, it is called kosha. And here they give the example of a cocoon. Koshakara kramehe avarakattvena deshahetu. So, kosha is the cocoon built by a silkworm. And when it builds the kosha, it thinks it is a protection. But unfortunately, it is not a protection. It becomes fatal. When they make silk, they boil that kosha and make silk thread is drawn out of it. So, for the krimi, for the silkworm, it is fatal. Kleshahe, it causes dukkha, the kosha. In the same manner, these five koshas, they hide the Atma and they also cause samsara, all problems. When the jiva identifies with these five koshas, the jiva undergoes all problems. These five koshas become our identity. Various layers of our identity. We have 5 layers of identity. First of all, this Anna, we will go through the shloka. Annam prano mano buddhihi. Annam prano mano buddhihi. Anandascheti panchate. Anandascheti panchate. Koshastairavrita swatma. Koshastairavrita swatma. Vismritya samsritim vrajet. Vismritya samsritim vrajet. Annam pranaha manaha buddhihi anandaha cha iti te panchakosha. The 5 koshas are enumerated. Annam means annamaya kosha. Pranaha, pranamaya kosha. Manaha, manomaya kosha. Buddhihi, buddhihi means vijnanamaya kosha. Buddhi is also called vijnana. Vijnana is buddhi. And ananda, anandamaya kosha. These are the 5 koshas. So these are the 5 layers of our identity. And all these are fake identities. It is like somebody makes 5 fake identity cards, 5 fake passports, and travels with the 5 fake passports. If somebody travels with the fake passport, somewhere he gets caught up. He gets caught. So traveling with the fake identity is never safe. Likewise, living with our fake identity is always disastrous. All the identity that we have is a fake. First of all, Annamaya Kosha. It is the physical identity. The physical layer of our personality. This body, Sthula Sharira. Annamaya Kosha is Sthula Sharira. In the 3 Sharira model, it is Annamaya, it is Sthula Sharira. In the Panchakosha model, it is called Annamaya Kosha. There is no difference between Annamaya Kosha and Sthula Sharira. So this is our physical identity. What is printed in the Aadhaar card is this identity. Our photo, biometrics, photo, age, gender, everything is this identity. When we talk about our weight, height, age, we are identifying with this Annamaya Kosha. So during Vyavahara, all our Vyavahara happen with the 5 koshas. That is why I said all our Vyavahara happens with the fake identity. Then there is Pranamaya Kosha. Pranamaya Kosha is responsible for the physiological personality, the physiological functions. I have high BP, high blood pressure, low blood pressure, high metabolic rate, hunger, thirst, all belongs to the Pranamaya Kosha. Pranamaya Kosha determines our physiological personality. And we identify with the Pranamaya Kosha when we talk about our physiological personality. I have high BP. What are we referring to? Pranamaya Kosha. And then Manomaya Kosha. Manomaya Kosha can be understood as the emotional personality. The emotional layer of our personality. I am angry. See, BP is pranamaya kosha. Anger is manomaya kosha. Pranamaya kosha and manomaya kosha are very closely interlinked. That is why any change in pranamaya kosha can affect the manomaya kosha and vice versa also. If manomaya kosha is disturbed, even pranamaya kosha gets disturbed. That's why when you are excited, BP increases, heartbeat increases. Likewise, when you balance your pranamaya kosha, harmonize your pranamaya kosha by doing pranayama, breathing rhythmically, with the breathing in a rhythm, you quieten the pranamaya kosha, even the mind becomes quiet. That is the close link between pranamaya kosha and manomaya kosha. That is why pranayama helps in quietening the mind. So, emotional personality, emotional identity. I like this, I like that. All these are in manomaya kosha. And then vijnanamaya kosha, the intellectual personality. Ability to understand, ability to make decision, conviction, all these are in vijnanamaya kosha. The intellectual personality. All our educational degrees, BA, MA, PhD, where are they? All in vijnanamaya kosha. All the learning that we have, everything belongs to vijnanamaya kosha. Intellectual quotient, vijnanamaya. And then Anandamaya kosha, the happiness that we experience while understanding Anandamaya kosha, we should be very careful. Anandamaya kosha is also a kosha, it is not Atma. All the happiness that we experience belongs to Anandamaya kosha. It is a function of Anandamaya kosha. Any happiness that you experience, any pleasure that you experience, now I am happy. What is happy? Anandamaya kosha. Anandamaya kosha is active when we are experiencing any object, any pleasure. When you eat jalebi, Anandamaya kosha is functioning. there is a happiness. You are experiencing a happiness. Anandamaya Kosha works when you are meditating also, when you are relaxed. There is a happiness, and it is also in Anandamaya Kosha. The happiness that you experience in relaxation. And it is active in sleep also. During sleep, you experience happiness. Sukhamaham. The happiness that you experience in deep sleep. Even then, Anandamaya Kosha is functioning. So, all happiness that we experience is a function of Anandamaya Kosha. Any happiness that we experience in any point of time, in any state, belongs to Anandamaya Kosha. It is not Atma. The Ananda, which is the nature of the Atma, it cannot be experienced. Why it cannot be experienced? Because it is not an object. It is the very Swarupa. It never becomes the object of your experience. Therefore, a mumukshu should not be attached to any happiness that he derives in any state, including the state of samadhi. Because even in the state of samadhi, if you are experiencing a happiness, even that happiness belongs to a state. And the state happiness is time bound. It cannot be Atma. Any time bound happiness is not Atma. Therefore, a mumukshu should understand that my Swarupa is the happiness which is not time bound. It transcends all the time bound happiness. So, koshaha, these are the 5 koshas. We are busy with these 5 koshas, engaged by these 5 koshas. And since we are engaged by these 5 koshas, we never think about our true Atma, our true identity. Our fake identity has overtaken our true identity. Therefore, Traihi Atma Avritaha. The Atma is Avrita, is hidden by these 5 koshas. So we are busy with the 5 koshas. Atma is silently sitting behind the five koshas. When somebody is silently sitting behind, nobody notices him. People who shout, move and make noise, people notice him or her. And the people who shout and make noise effectively hide those who are sitting quiet. So hiding always doesn't mean you are covering with the cloth or anything. Not that kind of hiding is always not required. So hiding means you have drawn the attention away from somebody. Just by drawing the attention away from the truth, the koshas hide. Therefore, taihi atma avritaha. Atma is avrita. Atma is hidden, covered, and therefore vismritya samsritim vraje. On account of the vismriti, on account of the self-ignorance, on account of not being aware of the true self, the jiva experiences samsara, samsritim vrajet. Jiva experiences samsriti, samsara. These five koshas take the jiva for a ride. All five koshas keep torturing the jiva. Annamaya kosha tortures us. Manomaya kosha, pranamaya kosha, vijnanamaya kosha, everything takes us on the ride. All five koshas keep asking, I want this. So samsritim vrajet. On account of the identification with the five koshas, we experience samsara. As long as we identify with the five koshas, we experience samsara. Next shloka. Syat panchīkrita bhūtotho dehasthulo na sanyakaha linge tu rajasaif pranaihi pranah karmendriyai saha. Now the author explains each of the koshas in brief. A more detailed discussion on the koshas will be there in some other section. Here he is describing the koshas in brief. So, Annamaya kosha, Annasanjakaha koshaha, the kosha called Annamaya kosha. What is it? Panchīkrita bhūtothaha sthūlaha deha. The sthula deha, the gross body, which is made of five elements. The five elements which have undergone panchikaran, they are called panchīkrita bhuta. The panchīkrita bhutas, They make this Annamaya Kosha. This Deha, the body which originates from Panchikrita Bhutas. It is called Sthula Deha, gross body. Gross body itself is called Annamaya Kosha. Sthula Sharira itself is called Annamaya Kosha. Now, Sukshma Sharira, Pranamaya Kosha. Pranamaya Kosha is a component of Sukshma Sharira, Linga Sharira. So, three koshas, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha and Vijnanamaya Kosha, they belong to Sukshma Sharira. Linge means Sukshma Sharira, in Sukshma Sharira, in Linga Sharira. There is Prana, Rajasaihi Pranaihi, the five pranas, Prana, Apana, Vyana, Udana and Samana. These pranas are Rajasa. We have seen yesterday. They are made of the Rajomsha, Rajasa Amsha of the five elements. Therefore, they are Rajasa. That is why they are active. Pranas are very active because they are made of Rajoguna. So, Karmendriya is Saha, the five pranas with the five Karmendriyas. They together form Pranamaya Kosha. Prana. So, Pranamaya Kosha is five pranas with five Karmendriyas. (35) Sattvikairdhendriyai sakam Vimarshatma manomayaha Taireva sakam vijnana Mayodhir nishchayatmika. Now, Manomaya Kosha, Vimarshatma Manaha. So, Manomaya Kosha, it has the nature of Vimarsha, doubt. We have already seen Manaha, the mind is associated with the Vimarsha, doubting. Therefore, Manomaya Kosha is also Vimarshatma. It has the nature of doubting. So, Vimarshatma. So, Vimarshatma means Manaha. The Manaha with Sattvikaihi Dhendriyaihi Sakam. With the Buddhi Indriya, with the Jnanendriyas. The five Jnanendriyas. Five Jnanendriyas are Sattvika because they are made of the Sattva portion of five elements. Therefore, they are called Sattvika. Sattvikaihi Dhendriyaihi Sakam. Dhendriya means Jnanendriya, senses of knowledge. Vimarshatma means Manaha, the Manas. They form Manomaya Kosha. Taireva Sakam Vijnanamayaha Dhihi Nishchayatmika. Nishchayatmika Dhihi, the Buddhi, whose function is Nishchaya, decision. So Nishchayatmika Buddhi. Along with the same five Jnanendriyas, Taireva Sakam, with the same Jnanendriyas, form the Vijnanamaya. It forms Vijnanamaya Kosha. So Manomaya Kosha is Manaha with the five Jnanendriyas. Manaha with the five Jnanendriyas form Manomaya Kosha. Buddhi with the five Jnanendriyas form Vijnanamaya Kosha. So the five Jnanendriyas are common for both Manomaya Kosha and Vijnanamaya Kosha. They serve both Manas and Buddhi. Now, Anandamaya Kosha. कारणे सत्त्वमानन्द मयो मोदादिवृत्तिभिः तत्तत्कोशैस्तु तादात्म्यात् आत्मा तत्तन्मयो भवेत्. Anandamaya Kosha. So, Anandamaya Kosha can be roughly understood as the Karana Sharira itself. Karana Sharira, which is called Avidya. Avidya is made of three gunas: Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Since the Prakriti is made of three gunas and Avidya is an aspect of the Prakriti itself, Avidya also consists of three gunas: Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. In that, there is a sattva, and we have already seen that the sattva in the avidya is a malina sattva. It is impure sattva. In the malina sattva, three types of vrittis arise. Three types of modification happen. Three types of vrittis. And these three vrittis account for all our experiential happiness. We experience happiness in various degrees. Sometimes we are less happy, sometimes we are more happy. What determines this less happy, more happy? It is the modification in the sattva of the Karana Sharira. There are various vrittis in the sattva. And the vrittis are generally classified into three: Priya, Moda and Pramoda. The three vrittis correspond to 3 degrees of happiness. Three degrees of happiness. The first degree of happiness is when we see a desirable object. When you see a desirable object, you get the first level of happiness. Ishta darshanam. Somebody brought a favorite sweet, let us say rasgulla. Somebody has brought a rasgulla. And he has kept it there in front. The box. I see the box. As soon as I see the box, it is Ishta Darshana. I see a desirable object in front of me. Just see. Even then it gives joy. So one level of joy. It is a particular type of vritti in my Anandamaya Kosha. It is called Priya vritti. And then this gentleman comes and gives it to me. This is for you. Then I receive what I like. When it was just kept there, I was just doubting. It may be for me. He may give it to me. Even that gives joy. But when I receive it, I have another level of joy. The thermometer of joy goes up. 1 degree above. It is called moda. Another type of vritti. Moda. Ishta labha. Ishta labha gives moda. Ishta darshana gives priya. Ishta labha gives moda. And then I open the box and I put the sweet into the mouth and relish it. Then 1 more degree above, the thermometer goes 1 more degree above. It is called pramod. It is the highest degree of happiness. 3rd degree happiness. It is called pramod. So these 3 experiences of happiness are caused by 3 types of modifications in our Karana Sharira, avidya. So the Karana Sharira with the 3 types of vrittis is called Anandamaya Kosha. See the book. Karane Sattvam, the Sattva Guna in the Karana Sharira. Modadi Vrittibhihi, with the Modadi Vritti, with the 3 types of Vrittis, Priya, Moda and Pramoda, forms Anandamaya Kosha, Anandamaya. It is called Anandamaya Kosha. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om.